Well, hello there, folks. We're sitting, talking, and I nearly missed saying hello. Good evening to you. Great to have you tuned in here to Monday night to Hallelujah Special. A wee bit different tonight. Of a young gentleman, I'd say a young gentleman, but just because I was born before him, that's the only reason. But he's come a long way to see you tonight. How far have you come? Do you know?
Well, about 4 hours flight.
4 hours flight. 1,000 miles, would it be? I don't know.
More.
Right, 4 hours flight just to be on Country and Southern Gospel. Now, what about that? The news gets out everywhere. In the meantime, we'll play a wee song, and it suits our brother here because he goes around telling the word about Jesus' love.
In sin I wandered, talents I squandered, I did not need my brother in whom I need. Then Jesus found me, from sin unbound me. Now I'm telling the world about His love, His wondrous love. I love to sing about our King, wonderful King, and to make His praises glad to ring. He gave His own life on Calvary's tree, that we from sin might be made free. I'm happy to say, I am glad to say, I'm on the right way. I am on the way that leads you from dark night to perfect day. It's joy to only I know Jesus above. That's why I'm telling the world about His love, His wondrous love. Yonder in glory, we'll tell the story of Christ our Lord, my brother, trusting His word with saints and sages. Through endless ages, we will tell the whole world about His love, His wondrous love. I love to sing about our King, wonderful King, and to make His praises glad to ring. He gave His own life on Calvary's tree, that we from sin might be made free. I'm happy to say, I am glad to say, I'm on the right way. I am on the way that leads you from dark night to perfect day. It's joy to only I know Jesus above. That's why I'm telling the world about His love.
And we're telling the world about His love. Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm going to ask you what you call you.
Well, everybody calls me Pavle.
Yeah.
This is my name officially, but everybody here in Ireland calls me Paul.
Paul.
Because it's the same as the Macedonian equivalent of the...
You're called Paul.
Yes.
I'll call you Paul then.
Thank you.
And what's your surname?
Kostadinov?
Good, we'll just call you Paul.
Yes. I was at a meeting yesterday, and the past minister tried to pronounce my second name, and he said, if you pronounce something with confidence, then it must be true pronunciation. So, I mean, you could try and do it that way.
Kostadinov.
Yes.
Yeah, Pavel Kostadinov. So there we go. And it sounds good to me. I don't. What do you think?
Good enough.
Good. And your wife is at home in Macedonia.
Yes, she is.
And she's watching us now.
So I hope so.
Yes.
We sent her a link, I believe.
Yes.
We were talking just before.
Oh, she's very keen to watch it.
Yeah, I'm looking for, yeah.
Yes. Macedonia is, I say, it's a good way. What sort of country is Macedonia?
Oh, okay.
I know nothing about Macedonia.
All right. Fair enough.
It's on the far side of Belfast.
No, well, further down south. Well, we have the same situation almost with Macedonia like you have with Northern Ireland, but I'll come back to it later. When we speak about Macedonia, usually people think of biblical Macedonia, of the province of Macedonia in biblical times. Well, that's not the case actually. What we are talking about today is about Macedonia, which used to be part of former Yugoslavia, which was also actually part of the province of Macedonia. Province of Macedonia was divided between three countries in 20
Oh.
after the Balkan Wars.
Yeah.
So part went to the Kingdom of Yugoslavia at that time, part into Bulgaria, and part into Greece. So our part today, our today's Macedonia, is basically the part that used to be in former Yugoslavia, which, as you know, collapsed in the 90s.
Oh. Europe seems to get chopped a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the unfortunate thing about that, there's mostly war.
Yes, there were some wars in the past. Praise the Lord, we for the past couple of wars we managed to get unscathed, especially when Yugoslavia was collapsing. We didn't have a war in Macedonia as such. We had turmoil, challenges and things, but praise God, it was nothing like Croatia, Serbia or Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Yeah.
You know, with us it was more peaceful living from Yugoslavia at that time.
I can't turn it up. Oh. I just got a voice to say it's very low. I'm sorry, this has been a problem this past couple of weeks and I can't seem to turn it up. Well, I can turn the voice up a wee bit. There, how's that now? Yes, and you've lived there all your life so far.
I've lived there all my life.
So far?
Well,
It's not all your life yet.
Well, I'm planning to stay there, unless God does something else. But honestly, I would love to stay. You know, when we came to Northern Ireland in 1990 for the first time with my wife, we said this is the only place we would move if it weren't for the weather. So, I'm sorry, but
yeah. I was going to ask something. Yes, your English is impeccable. It's brilliant.
well, I wouldn't say impeccable,
No, well,
but we can get by.
It's good.
Thank you.
How do you know such good English?
Well, I started learning English when I was like third grade, which was like 8-9 years of age.
Yes.
It was possible, even in the socialist Yugoslavia. English would have been the main language of people learning it. The second would have been French, then German.
Right.
And Russian was at the bottom of the list,
Uh-huh.
usually in some of the villages and places like that.
Would that be the case with most Europeans? Fair enough.
Probably.
So English would be nearly everyone's second language.
Yes. I mean, we live in an area where, for example, on our northern border, we have Serbia. On our western border, we have Albania. On the eastern border, we have Bulgaria. On the southern border is Greece. So, although some of the languages like Serbian and Bulgarian could be similar, still they are not same. So, we have to find a lingua franca. We have to find a way to communicate, and that's English.
That's amazing. But us over here, we're very lazy.
Yeah.
If I can speak English,
well, you can get by. So that's enough. That's enough.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You come over to England with your wife, and I interrupted you. What happened then?
No. We came to north of Ireland in 1990 because we did our practical time with Child Evangelism Fellowship with the ministry that we are working for the past now, 36 years.
Uh-huh.
And we spent 2 months in the north of Ireland at that time. Stayed with different couples.
Yes.
We stayed 2 weeks with a family in Carrickfergus.
All right, yeah.
Stayed 2 weeks in Rathcoole Estate. Stayed 2 weeks in Jordanstown. Stayed 2 weeks in Whitehead at that time. And we were able to see a little bit of Ireland, of the north of Ireland,
Yes.
to be more exact at
And
that
see
time.
how it works.
Yes.
You said something there I found interesting. Folks, this is my script if you're listening. There's nothing on it. Paul laughed at me, but that's how. You said that there's the Protestant part and the Roman Catholic part there over there. And
Oh, no.
No?
No. If you're asking about the situation, about the religious situation in the country, Macedonia would be about 70% Orthodox,
Right.
about 20% Muslim, and less than 0.5% evangelical believers.
Ah, right.
But the reason why I mentioned a similar situation like yours was because at the moment we had to change the name because of Greece to North Macedonia. So now you have to go south to get to the north. And when I was here for the first time in Northern Ireland, as I was driving up towards London there, they told me that if you continue up,
Yes.
you'll get to the south of Ireland, which confused me at that time, and now I live in a country which also confuses people with the name.
Yeah, that is true. We have something in common
Yes.
then. Folks, we'll play another wee song here. Oh, yes. Here's a lovely wee song here by the Mark Trammell Quartet. When They Call My Name.
Some morning soon, I'm gonna take to the air. I'm gonna leave this world
have to hesitate.
I'll fly, just fly up high, just like a bird in the sky. And I'll be leaving this world, yes, I'll be saying goodbye. And I'll have nothing
to lose and everything to gain when they call my name. It won't be long.
It won't be long
Till I shall hear the trump sound, it won't be long.
It won't be long
Till I shall leave this low ground. My heart with gladness overflowing, homeward I'll be going when they call my name.
some morning.
One of these mornings they'll be calling my name.
They'll call me
Calling me on back to that heavenly plane.
and when they
When I
swing,
see them swing by those pearly gates, I'll be ready, I won't have to hesitate.
I'll fly, just fly
Flying up high, just like a bird in the sky.
and I'll be
Leaving
leaving
this world, yes, I'll be saying goodbye.
and I'll have nothing
To lose and everything to gain when they call my name.
some morning.
These mornings they'll be calling my name,
They'll call me too.
calling me yonder to that heavenly plane.
And when they
When I
swing,
see them swing wide those pearly gates, I'll be ready, I won't have to hesitate.
I'll fly, just fly
Flying up high, just like a bird in the sky.
and I'll be
Leaving
leaving
this world, yes, I'll be saying goodbye.
and I'll have nothing
To lose and everything to gain when they call my name. When they call my name. When they call I'll be ready, I won't have to hesitate. When they call my name.
When they call my name, the important thing then is, are you ready? That's the big thing when they call
Yeah.
your name.
Lovely song.
Paul, where were we? Oh, you're over in Northern Ireland here, and you had done a year, was how long?
No, it was just 2 months
Oh,
of
just 2
practical,
months.
getting practical experience.
Just shows you how hard I'm listening.
Yeah, we were getting this experience with Robert and Eileen Lacey. At that time, workers with CEF, and we were able to see the work, see the ministry, how it was going, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And then when we went home, we basically started building the ministry there in 1990.
So when you come over here, you're already a Christian.
Yes.
How did you become a Christian?
Oh, when my parents were believers.
Yeah.
My mom and my dad were believers, and they taught me and my sister
Uh-huh.
the Word of God and everything. But I was 16 when
Yeah.
I actually had to come with a personal faith, and it's I don't know how much time we have, but you know.
You've plenty of time.
No, I'll try and make it short. Basically, I mean, I grew up in a town where there was a church and then there wasn't a church.
Yes.
So all of my friends would have been non-believers, people, just regular kids, you know,
Yeah.
as I was growing up and everything. And then we moved into the capital of Macedonia in Skopje, and I started going to church there. And at that time, a couple of Nigerian students came to study in Macedonia. And they were living very, very close to where I lived.
Uh-huh.
And they had to learn Macedonian in order to pass the examination, you know, to
Right.
get into the university. So they came to our church because there weren't many churches in the city. Actually, there were only 2, maybe 3 at that time in the whole city of 600,000 people.
Oh, uh-huh.
And we started chatting. They realized I know some English, so they said, "Can you help us learn Macedonian?" So I would work with them every day, every other day, you know, trying to help them with their Macedonian, me improving my English to a Nigerian speaker, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
And they would always ask me the question, do you have Christ as your Savior? And I became an expert in avoiding the answer. So they were asking, I wouldn't respond. They would ask, I wouldn't respond. So it went for a while, and then it was, you see, May the 1st was a big holiday in socialist Yugoslavia
Yep.
at that time. So in May the 1st, we always had kind of a youth conference in the church, and at that conference, one of these Nigerians was to speak, and there was a pastor who was supposed to translate for him
Uh-huh.
at the conference, and the pastor didn't show up.
Oh.
So they asked me to translate. I went up, I translated, and this man gave a full gospel message, the very simple gospel message with an invitation, would you like to receive Lord as your Savior?
Yeah.
And he actually even gave what now we call the altar call. Like,
Yes.
everybody, come up. You know, if you want to receive Christ, come up. About 18 people came up. My sister was among them. My
Yeah.
wife now was among them, although she believed in Christ years before. And I got mad. I was very mad. Because I thought I made fools out of these people.
Right.
So he wanted me to stay for counseling. I left the church. I simply left the church. I couldn't bear to stay there anymore. I knew that something was happening in my life, but I couldn't stay there. So I left. My sister and I went home. This was in another town. We went home. She was trying to talk to me about the gospel. I had a few other friends that were trying to tell me about the gospel. They hit me with the line, you must believe.
Yeah.
And in my arrogance, I always said, I only must die, nothing else. Everything else is an option. I only have to die. So it went like this. This was May the 1st. It went like this till August the 6th, actually, 1982. And then I couldn't bear it any longer. I asked the Lord. He changed my life. And this is how I came to him.
And the man who did the interpretation, the interpreter,
Yeah.
isn't that brilliant?
Yeah, the interpreter. Well,
You definitely heard the sermon then.
well, I can't remember what he said.
Uh-huh.
Because I know I was very angry. I thought I made a fool of myself and fool of these people coming up. But you know, a lot of these people that came up at that time were and still are many of the leaders in the Christian movement in Macedonia today.
Right.
And that's a great joy to know that God really did something at that time
Yeah.
to really wake up the people in the country.
Has Christianity over the years, from your experience, grown, or what way would it be, or sitting steady? Or
We experienced growth, not a huge growth, but we experienced pretty good growth between probably early 90s till the mid 90s. When Macedonia became an independent country from Yugoslavia, some things changed. Some things changed in the law. More people got interested into the spiritual things and so on. And many churches used the freedom. And they grew. But when I say they grew, I mean, even today, if on Sunday morning, there won't be more than 35 maybe churches in all of Macedonia that will have Sunday morning service.
Can I ask if you know what's
yes.
roughly the population of Macedonia?
About 2 million.
2
A little
million.
less than 2
Yeah,
million.
it's much the same as
it's
Northern
almost
Ireland.
It's almost like Northern Ireland. But you see, our cultural shock in 1990 was that we could go out in any place, like let's say Carrick. That was the first place we came into north of Ireland. And we would walk down the main street and we start counting churches.
Yeah.
And we could count more churches in that street than in the capital city of Macedonia.
Boys are boys, huh?
And this was for us just like, wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. We did a mission in the valleys in Wales, or before COVID, so 6-7 years ago. And the thing that I noticed, churches had closed down. There's one lovely church, was now a big gymnasium. And the churches that had closed down, it was sad to see because there were a lot.
Yeah. It's sad. But from our perspective, you see, churches are the people.
Yeah.
Many churches in Macedonia do not own buildings. They rent.
Right.
They would rent a place somewhere, and this is where the church would gather.
Yeah.
So, in a sense, we are not so attached maybe to a building.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a church, you start a church somewhere, it will be at least 10, 12 years before you have enough people and enough maybe funding to try and build something on your own. We have churches in places where the church exists for maybe 20 years. Certain churches that I know of, my friends are pastors there, and they still don't have their own building.
But then you don't have the overheads if you don't have a building.
True.
And you don't have the responsibility of something
Maintaining.
breaks down.
Yes, but then you have a landlord. And then when they decide to do something, then the church suffers.
You can't win them all.
No.
You can't
No,
win
no,
them
no,
all.
no, no.
No. Right, we'll play a wee song here. I never asked you what you like, but I suppose you would pray a wee bit, would you? Would you pray?
Yes.
Yeah. Song says, till the answer comes, we got to keep praying.
Good.
The answer comes, you gotta keep praying, keep praying, keep praying till the answer comes. You gotta keep praying till the answer comes. If you knock one time,
turn away from the door. You've got to knock again until you've been let in. Sometimes it only takes once more. Till the answer comes, you gotta keep praying, keep praying, keep praying. Till the answer comes, you gotta keep praying till the answer comes. Sometimes you might be on your knees for hours before the light finally comes breaking through the dark. But if you truly believe, then His power can breathe life into a troubled heart. Till the answer comes, you gotta keep praying, keep praying, keep praying. Till the answer comes, you gotta keep praying till the answer comes. If you knock one time, there's no answer. Don't turn away from the door. You got to knock again until you've been let in. Sometimes it only takes once more. Till the answer comes, you gotta keep praying, keep praying, keep praying. Till the answer comes, you gotta keep praying till the answer comes. Till the answer comes, you gotta keep praying, keep praying, keep praying. Till the answer comes, you gotta keep praying till the answer comes. Keep praying till the answer comes. Keep praying till the answer comes.
Till the answer comes, we've got to keep praying. And hey, when we pray, the answer does come.
Yes.
Maybe not always the way we want it. You were talking there that Macedonia is roughly the same population as here. You know, in Northern Ireland, I'm not going to start to count them. We have lots of denominations.
Yes.
What about Macedonia?
Well, we would have probably most of the regular denominations. I mean, we would have the two Baptist denominations, one Congregational, Methodist.
Sorry. In the whole of Macedonia,
Yes.
there were two Baptists.
Well, there will be more than two Baptist churches, maybe 5, 6 altogether.
Right.
But kind of into two denominations. They are the same denomination, but a little bit different.
Right.
A congregational union of 4 churches. The Methodists would have a number of churches, and then there'll be Church of God.
Yes.
A few churches, one Brethren church in all of the country.
Right.
And we would have what they call the Evangelical Church, which is kind of Assemblies of God affiliated. And they'll have the majority of the churches in the country.
Right,
So this
yes.
that's it.
Do you have? How do you phrase? Would you have independent evangelical churches who aren't denomination? No.
Well, they would say they're independent, but if you dig a little deeper, you'll see they'll be probably aligned whether to the more conservative or more to the other side. You know, more of the new churches. So I mean, totally non-denominational church. Honestly, I haven't heard about that.
Yeah. That's interesting because I say it's nice. We live in a small country here, but it's nice to hear what's happening in other places.
Yeah.
And you know a bit about it.
Yes, to an extent.
So you come over here to Northern Ireland. We'll get back on the path here.
Okay.
You come over to Northern Ireland, and did you go home then? You were home for 2 months. Did you go home?
Yes, we were here from in December of 1990. We left home in December 1990. We were expecting our first child.
Right.
At that time, we went home and we went to our parents, and it was really, it sounds funny now, but it wasn't at that time. We went to my parents and they said, well, kids, what do you plan to do now? You're expecting a child. And I quit my job. Susanna quit her job when we joined Child Evangelism Fellowship.
Yeah.
And they said, well, how are you going to go forward? And we said, honestly, we don't know. Because we didn't. You see, for us, the whole concept of being supported by churches was a foreign concept. I mean, we've seen during socialism time, most of the pastors were supported from abroad. Even today, most of the pastors in the country would be supported from abroad. Because the churches are very small.
Yeah.
So when we came in 1990, I mean, I'm saying this, I could be wrong, but I think I'm not. We were the first people that came officially Macedonians working as missionaries in Macedonia.
Right.
And then this was a new concept, not only for the churches. It was a concept that was foreign to us.
Yeah.
Because when Mr. Sam Doherty, who was leading CF at that time, who said, now you go on deputation, raise your support, and go into the ministry, we said, what is deputation?
Yes.
You know, what is, how do you do fundraising? And for us it was a shock. We were here. I mean, we did our practical time. And at the end, I think late David McQuilkin, he was leading the CF at that time. He said, how much of your support you have raised? And we looked at each other. We looked at him and said, none. You know, because during our practical time, we were not even allowed to do fundraising as such. So we went home basically not knowing what is going to happen. And by God's grace, within 3 months, we had the full support.
Wow.
We don't know how it came. Honestly, there were, I mean, a year and a half later, we met with Sam Doherty in Vienna because he wanted to hear how we're doing in the mission field. And he asked us, he said, are you writing prayer letters? We said, yes. How often? 4 times a year, as we are told, you know, everything should be by the book. Do you have prayer partners? We said, yes. How many? We said, quite a lot. He said, how many? I said, about 27. And he started laughing. He said, it's impossible. You cannot have full support with 27 people. You must have more people, you know, standing behind you in prayer and support if you want to grow this ministry.
Right.
So they organized for us in 92 another bout. Our son was born by that time. David was about 18 months old. We came and we spent 6 weeks on deputation in Ireland. And that's when we actually saw Ireland. I mean, we've been all the way from Enniskillen to, you know, to Londonderry and all around in between. It was a very challenging time for us to see what was going on in the north of Ireland.
In those days, it would be interesting.
It was a challenge because, forgive me for saying this, this might go wrong in some circles, but I couldn't understand what a problem could be between two, I would say, Christian groups.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't, you know, it took us a while when the war in Yugoslavia actually started, when the, let's say, Orthodox Serbia started fighting Roman Catholic Croatia, so to realize that it's not just religion, it's politics and everything else put together in one pot. But it was scary.
Yeah.
It was scary because we were staying in Belfast. There was no GPS. There was no GPS. We had a baby in the car. Susanna would be watching the map, trying to tell me where to go and how to go. You know, follow. We would end up somewhere. We weren't sure where we are. Sometimes we would be stopped by police.
Yeah.
You know, coming back from a meeting like 9, 10 o'clock at night. They would stop us, and it was scary, but it was interesting. And let me tell you, one thing I remember from that time was in 1990 when we were here. We rented a car for the first time. Oh, horror of horrors. I was scared driving on the wrong side of the road.
Oh, yes.
And I was driving towards, I think it was Newtonarts, and the police stopped me. And he asked for my driver's license. I showed it to him. I gave him my passport. He looks and says, oh, Yugoslavia. He said, welcome here. You know, kind of, you know, I'm sure you don't mind the situation and so on and so forth. So he said, yeah, it's fine. But then in 1992, I got stopped somewhere around Enniskillen, and they looked at my passport and they said, oh, you must be really happy to be here at this point and not at the war in Yugoslavia, because the war already started in Yugoslavia at that time.
Yes.
So in a sense we said, yeah, that's it. You know, so it wasn't, but it was good. You know, we could always find someone to ask for a way home, to find a way back. So 6 weeks at that time, all around, God enabled us to move forward. Then in 1998, we asked another couple to join the ministry.
In Macedonia?
In Macedonia. They were Macedonians. They joined the ministry at that time. We were very happy.
Were you the only CEF workers?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And then one of them, the wife, stopped being with us. Then we had another person coming to the ministry, then another. And at the moment, we are 4 people in the country.
Right.
My wife, myself, and then 2 other people who are fully with CF in Macedonia.
I don't know. I should know maybe. How many would be in Northern Ireland or in
Oh,
Ireland?
I wouldn't know, but way more than that.
A lot more than
I can
that.
tell a lot more than that.
That's amazing.
But again, they have more opportunities maybe for ministry, more support to the ministry, and more churches to be behind them.
Yes.
You know, and encourage them to what they do.
That's amazing.
I mean, we would love to see more people, obviously. So that it's not the issue that we want to be small,
Yeah,
but
yeah. But that's powerful. You'd have to travel a lot then, would you? Within Macedonia?
yes. But as I said, Macedonia is relatively a small country. I mean, from one end to the other would be about 180 kilometers to about 200 kilometers the other way.
Right.
So it's pretty small. So we can manage.
Yeah, yeah.
As I said, I mean, it will be better to have more workers. It will be better to maybe all of us specialize to do something more specific. Now
Right.
we do a lot of things, but we'll do everything
Yeah.
together, you know, working together. But yeah, we are trying to keep the ministry the same way like CF would be here in many ways.
Is it easy to get children out? You mostly work with children.
Yes.
Is it easy to get them to come along?
Yes and no. Yes and no, and the things change. For one thing, for these 30 plus years that we're in CEF, we see less and less children on the streets.
Ah, yes.
They are more in front of a screen. But that, on the other hand, is a good thing because then when we get them together, they have a personal contact with somebody else,
Uh-huh.
and they appreciate it. We still have some laws from former socialist Yugoslavia regarding children's ministries. Like, for example, we have certain limitations. Where can we do 5-day clubs?
Yeah.
Usually, the easiest way would be to do it in a place which is registered for religious activities,
Right.
like in a church hall, which we don't have, but in a church, let's say in a church,
Uh-huh.
church building or church rented place,
Yes.
or even sometimes, as we were going into some villages, maybe we find an old shop or something which
Right.
it will be rented by a church for a period of time that we want to do the 5-day club, and then we would do the ministry there. We do even more than that, you know,
Yeah.
sometimes, but it's on the borderline of legal. Having said that, I mean, to do 5-day clubs like you do here, you decide on the park, you go there and set up, that's not going to happen.
Right, right. And what about camps? They have camps here?
Camps, we do camps. We do usually 2 camps for
Uh-huh.
for the country, and we were doing camps since 1993.
Uh-huh.
It took us 3 years to establish ourselves in the ministry before we were,
Yeah.
how can I say, confident enough to push
Yes.
for to do a camp. Actually, one of the volunteers in that first camp is one of our workers.
Right,
Since
yes.
98 onwards with us, Donna Veleshanov. So it's great to have him with us. But yeah, we do camps. The last week of June and first week of July are our camps.
Uh-huh.
This is the summer is good enough. I mean, not too hot.
Right. I was about to ask you about the climate. And,
Climate, we are a continental country.
Yeah.
So we get very cold winters and we get very hot summers.
yes, yeah,
The winter can go down to minus 10, 12, 15.
yeah.
The summers can go up to 40, 42.
Ooh.
So, yes. So it's this is why I said first week of June, last week of June, first week of July, the temperature doesn't go over
Before
34,
it gets-
35.
Yeah.
So it's a good time.
Oh, it doesn't go up to 34. 30. That's warm enough.
Yeah, it's nice and warm.
I suffered 40 degrees for a few hours one day, and I thought that's
Oh.
enough for me. That's enough for me. Nice to know when you are travelling out even through Northern Ireland those days, you are sheltered in the arms of God.
Yes.
Sometimes you
Amen.
didn't always realise it. You look back and you think, oh,
Yeah.
he was there all the time.
I feel the touch of hands so kind and tender. They're leading me in paths that I must trod. I'll have no fear, for Jesus walks beside me. And I'm sheltered in the arms of God. So let the storms rage high, the dark clouds rise. They don't worry
from heaven's portals. Come home, my child, it's the last mile you must trod. I'll fall asleep, but I'll wake in God's new heaven, where I'm sheltered in the arms of God. So let the storms rage high, the dark clouds rise, they don't worry me, for I'm sheltered safe within the arms of God. He walks with me, so naught of earth can harm me, for I'm sheltered in the arms of God. Yes, I'm sheltered in the arms of God.
Sheltered in the arms of God. And of course, that was Billy Wilson from Tandragee there. Young Billy. Billy has made, I don't know, 2 or 3 CDs, and a nice young man. He likes a bit of wildlife and goes to these country fairs and all. He has a lovely hat. It's lovely. It has seen a few summers, shall we say.
Okay.
Right, I'm probably jumping the gun here completely. You had one wee child, you come home, you had a child, and any more.
Yes. Then we had a daughter in
Yeah.
1995, Anna. She's a person with special needs. She's 30 now. We have kind of a very interesting situation at home because our son is just finishing his doctorate in biochemistry in Germany. So he is a smart kid. And then we also have Anna, who cannot write her name by herself.
Right.
So that keeps us somewhere in the middle, not to be too proud or too humble. And, that's the two of them, grown up.
And Susanna, your wife, she looks after her? Or?
Yes, Susanna is also part of the ministry, but she's also taking care of Anna most of the time.
Yes. Room enough the time not to do that.
Yes.
Yeah. So where are we there? You're setting up there and there's a population. Where are we going now?
Where? The standard CF ministry. What do we do?
Yeah.
Basically the same like every Child Evangelism Fellowship probably in the world would do. We do camps, as you said. We do open air ministry as much as we can. We do tract distribution, literature distribution.
When you're doing tract distribution and stuff, how are you received?
Oh, depends. Sometimes it's just putting into mailboxes, which is not the best way, but we do it. But Done, who is our co-worker in the southeast part of Macedonia, he's the one that does it. Sometimes he would just, usually it's hand by hand. Sometimes we give some of our tracts to someone else and they distribute it to the others. They also volunteers help distribution. My co-worker, he's really avid cyclist. He likes cycling. So very often during the summer when he would have a 5-day club, he would gather the kids along, all on the bikes, and they would go into a village they've never been before, and then they would distribute tracts to them or different literature if we have. So this is mainly how it goes.
Yeah. Another thing, when you have a camp, how do you encourage the children to come and stay away from home?
Okay, camps are very, very, very good way to reach the children for us because we have them for a week.
Yeah.
We have them together. Well, usually most of the kids that come, for the teenage camp, we have more teens that are not regular into churches than church kids, than church teens, should I say?
Yeah.
When they come to our camps, because friends, that go to church, we invite them. Sometimes they've come up through the ranks of the children's camps and they want to continue coming with us. Parents would let them come, although during the year the child would never show up in a church anywhere, but they would send them to our camps.
Yeah.
So our teenage camps would average about 50 maximum teens from all around Macedonia.
Very good.
And the children's camp would usually be around about 60. There are a little bit more kids that we get at children's camps. And then volunteers, obviously, from the country, people that we train through our training ministry with CEF. Then we would give some of them a chance to be with us at camp to see firsthand how they can use the training, and then also to basically go back to their churches and use it there. We've been blessed for the past number of years now that we are receiving people from north of Ireland. People trained through CEF, people that know CEF, people that CEF knows well, and then they would encourage, they would offer us a team to come to Macedonia. So we've had sometimes one person come, sometimes 5 people come, sometimes 9 people at one time came. Last year we had less, and this year we are still looking at the team. I'm looking forward to meet with them on the 19th of this month, at least with most of them, and to start talking about them coming to Macedonia and helping as helpers at the camp.
And how long would they be going there for?
Usually for 2 weeks, because when they come, they start with the teenage camp, and our camps are back to back.
Right.
So we start with the teenage camp, and we go all the way till the end of the children's camp, and then they can go home.
Well, these mostly be secondary school, children 15, 16. What age are?
The teenage camp is probably 13 to 17.
Sorry, I meant the leaders who.
Oh,
go
the
from
leaders,
here.
they have to be of age, at least 18 plus, for legal reasons. You cannot have a camp counselor which is below the age of 18.
All right.
So.
And you would get this many going from here.
Yes.
5 or 8 or 10.
5,
whatever,
6, 8, 10,
matter.
depending. Yes. These are people that came through ranks of CEF. They know CEF pretty well.
Yes.
CEF local workers would know them, and when they have this program of encouraging, local young adults from here to go and do ministry, people would sign up probably with different countries in mind, and some of them come to Macedonia, and we always love it because we get high quality people, never being afraid to work.
Yes.
Just doing the ministry and loving the kids, teens, getting to know them.
It's a good experience for them, and it builds them up too.
Yes. Yes. It's give and take.
Yeah.
I mean, they learn something else. They see a different culture. They see a different climate.
Talk about culture. What about food? I know we're getting away from ministry here, but even in ministry you have to eat.
Okay, we'll have our food. Sometimes your people, when they come, they find it a little bit different. We use a lot of salads during summertime. We would use a lot of fruit and vegetables, meat, spices. We like spicy food, hot peppers, stuff like that. So, but we also have the junk food. We also have the pizza. We also have the burgers. We also have the stuff like that. So we are trying to. When people come, we are trying to give them the Macedonian feel a little bit more. We don't succeed always. Sometimes they just say, no. We would go to a restaurant and say, what would you like us to order, and they would say pizza. And sometimes I have to say, no pizza. Let me order for you, try something else. You're here.
You get pizza at home.
Try something different. Yes,
yeah.
It's not going to kill you, just try it. So,
as long as it's not too strong.
Well, you can always say no, and you can always take a bite and then leave the rest. We are not going to be offended.
I think you have to take a second bite, for the first one can be hard, a bit hot. Then the second one's not just as bad.
Yes, but look, you see, we don't have any exotic foods like stuff that you would never find anywhere else. We don't need bugs or stuff like that. So.
But in agriculture, I really getting away from one subject to
another.
Okay. But don't worry about that. And
no, I'm not worrying about that at all.
Is it an agricultural country? Is it a commercial country?
We had a lot of agriculture in the past.
Yeah.
And mainly fruit and vegetables. We had some heavy industries, some steel mills, some bus factories in the country, some chemical industry as well. I would say that at the moment more and more is a light industry. There is less and less farming, which is sad. In many ways, but I mean there are reasons for that. Obviously, we don't have big parcels like the farms would be here. The farms are not big.
Right,
the farms are way smaller, so fruit and vegetables can be produced in a maybe smaller quantity.
Yes,
but mainly agriculture, tourism.
I was about to ask you, but you jumped the gun. What about tourism? What about beaches? What about lakes?
Tourism. We have 3 lakes. 2 of them would be widely visited. One in particular, Ohrid Lake, where we go for our camps. That would be probably known as the Pearl of the Balkans. It's just an amazing place.
You keep saying the Balkans. Explain to me what the Balkans are.
Well, Balkans would be that peninsula that starts below Austria and goes all the way down to Thessaloniki.
Uh-huh.
So this would be the Balkans.
Yeah. And how many
generally
countries is
speaking.
that involved?
Oh, quite a few.
Yeah.
I mean, some countries don't want to be treated as Balkan countries. Like Croatia would never accept to be a Balkan country, although they are on the Balkan Peninsula.
Right.
They think they're posh, they're
Right,
further
yes.
up. Okay, but let's say Croatia, Serbia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Kosovo, Montenegro, Macedonia, Bulgaria, part of Greece, part of Romania.
Quite
That
a
will
lot.
be Balkans, yes.
Yes, quite a lot.
The Balkan Peninsula.
And you have, in particular, one big lake and then another lake.
Ohrid, yes.
That's good for tourism.
That's good for tourism. Ohrid is known as the Jerusalem of the Balkans
Uh-huh.
because historically have you heard of Cyrillic alphabet?
No?
No. Okay. The Cyrillic alphabet is the alphabet widely used in the East and in a lot of Eastern European countries. Cyrillic alphabet was done by two brothers called Cyril and Methodius. They were both from, they had a mixed father and mother. One was Greek, the other one was from a Slavic origin. And they decided to actually, they formed the alphabet.
Uh-huh.
They actually created the alphabet that we know today as Cyrillic alphabet, based on the Greek alphabet in the 9th century. Because they wanted to translate the Bible, the scriptures, or at least part of the scriptures, into the vernacular language of the people living in that area,
Yep.
which they did in the 9th century. So by 11th century, in Ohrid, there was a university which was training people to share the gospel, copy the materials, and spread it throughout the Slavic people. So this is why Ohrid is very important into our history, into the history of the Balkans, because the Ohrid archbishoprics, the seat of the church at that time from Ohrid, was ruling all the way as far as Venice, even at one point.
Uh-huh.
A lot of education there, a lot of Christian work done in the past, and even today, as I said, they call it the Jerusalem of the Balkans, because the tradition said that it's anecdotal, but it could be even true, that there are 365 churches or shrines in the city. One for each day more, almost.
Uh-huh.
There are a couple of really beautiful big churches, but there are also very, very small things. Some places that you wouldn't even know that there is a church.
Yes, yeah.
Well, when I say church, I mean Orthodox church.
Yes,
Okay,
right.
all right.
And is that, I think what we call reading is cursive. Is really our reading here is like, it's all rounded, D's and A's and C's. Is this like a square?
No. Cyrillic would be very similar to Latin. Some words will be similar, but they'll be different, because you see, Cyrillic is used into phonetic languages. We read as it is written, and we write as we speak.
Uh-huh.
So it's for us, it's easy to learn it, because every word, every letter actually has its own sound. So this is when you're writing something. If you know what the letter sounds like, you can easily read.
Oh. Uh-huh.
So it's not like English where you're wondering.
If a PH is
Yes,
like an F.
there's a PH like F, yeah, or something
Things like that.
Yep.
And it's a very difficult language, I think.
English?
I think it is.
Well, it is.
It's not spelled.
It is.
It's not
It is.
phonetic,
It
it's
is. We were laughing the other day. You're sitting on the bed, but you're lying in the bed. So it's kind of difficult for us, that non-English speakers, sometimes to hit the right way.
Yeah, yeah. They. Or do you like sweet stuff? Have you got McDonald's? I had to ask you. Have you got McDonald's? there?
We don't have McDonald's. We have
No.
Burger King, not McDonald's. We used to have.
Wow.
It went away. We have better burgers than McDonald's.
Right.
Let me put it that way.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it's there. We have a lot of sweets. A lot of them influenced by the Persian. I would say by the Persian cuisine, because when the Ottomans came, when the Turks came, in the 13th, 14th century, when they started, when they formed the Ottoman Empire, they brought with themselves a lot of Persian influence.
Right.
But so we'll have a lot of sweet stuff like the baklava, like the Turkish delight, like stuff with a lot of sorbet on the top. We would also have some Greek influence, so obviously a lot of local influence. So there are quite a lot of sweets, but I have to say we don't use so much sweets like you do here.
Too much.
Yes.
Too much.
Yes, I'm saying no a lot, and still I feel I'm eating too much. Yes.
No. I know we've got away from ministry, but it's
Yes,
nice
we
to
do.
know about your
Yes,
country
we
and
do.
where
Thank
you
you.
come from,
Yes.
and that you're normal even though you're different.
In what way?
You're different culture, different
Yes.
all that. Well, that's what
yes.
I meant.
Yes, that's
And,
it.
I mean, we hardly know what, as you say, Londonderry and Belfast, two different peoples again. So we have a small country, so many different, even
Yes.
dialects, but accents and everything,
Yes.
you know. But it's interesting to hear all that.
It's the same with
Because
us.
I'm nosy.
Yeah, please go ahead and ask. Yeah, your next chance will be, God willing, if I come in 3 years' time again. So
There's a man told me one time, he says, Gordon, never stop asking questions. So I always do as I'm told.
yes, that's good. So
Oh,
what is next on the list?
I don't know. Send the light.
Okay.
Here's a wee one. Heard the Macedonian called. But interesting, you said that's a totally different Macedonia.
At the moment, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but that was the province of Macedonia when Paul came. Actually, when I was doing my master's in theology, I was reading a book written by a German author, Eckhard Schnabel. He was doing the history of the early church. And in it, he's talking about a couple of places which even today are in Macedonia. You can come to Stoby in Macedonia,
In
for
your
example.
Macedonia.
In our Macedonia.
Yeah.
And he claims in that book that actually Paul went through this Macedonia as well on his way towards Illyricum. Because, you know, we used to joke in former Yugoslavia that the only country mentioned 3 times in the Bible was Yugoslavia. Because it was mentioning Macedonia, Illyricum, and it was mentioning Dalmatia.
Right.
Dalmatia is in Croatia. Macedonia is in Macedonia, obviously.
Uh-huh.
And Illyricum, part of Illyricum is still in our parts of the world because it's on the... Part of it is in Albania, and part of it is in what used to be Yugoslavia, now it's Kosovo.
Uh-huh.
And it was called Illyricum in the Bible. So,
You're famous.
yeah.
Oh, I was going to play this wee song. I'll better turn the slider up too.
Yes.
There we go.
There's a call comes ringing o'er the restless waves. Send the light, send the light, send the light, send the light. There are souls to rescue, there are souls to save. Send the light, 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 send the light. The blessed gospel light, let it shine, from shore to shore, from shore to shore. Send the light, send the light. The blessed gospel light, let it shine, forevermore. We have heard the Macedonian call today. Send the light, send the light, send the light, send the light. And a golden offering at the cross we lay. Send the light, 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 send the light. The blessed gospel light, let it shine, from shore to shore, from shore to shore. Send the light, send the light. The blessed gospel light, let it shine, forevermore, forevermore. Let us pray that grace may everywhere abound. Send the light, send the light, send the light, send the light. And the Christ-like Spirit everywhere be found. Send the light, 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 send the light. The blessed gospel light, let it shine, from shore to shore, from shore to shore. Send the light, send the light. The blessed gospel light, let it shine, forevermore, forevermore. Let us not grow weary in the work of love. Send the light, send the light, send the light, send the light. Let us gather jewels for a crown above. Send the light, 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 send the light. The blessed gospel light, let it shine, from shore to shore, from shore to shore. Send the light, send the light. The blessed gospel light, let it shine, forevermore, forevermore.
There we are. Send the light. Them.
Send the light.
Paul's life story is interesting because he goes to these places now. We see that they're still there and all. So I think when we read the Bible, especially for years, and even Jesus went somewhere, Paul, or it doesn't matter who they went somewhere, and you thought they're all wee close by. But they walked a long
no,
ways.
no, not necessarily.
No.
There is a long way from Jerusalem or from Antioch to Macedonia.
It's a long way.
It's quite a long way there. Yeah.
Well, they cut across the sea part of that, wouldn't they?
They would have, yes, but still it's a long way.
Yeah, it's
Especially walking. Walking.
It's a long way. I
It's a
like
long way.
walking at 2 or 3 miles in the morning, but now not just to
Oh,
Jerusalem.
so do I, but no, I wouldn't do that either.
Yeah. You've had an interesting life, and you're living an interesting life, and you're over here for 3 weeks,
Yes.
and then you go back and just start your work over there. And
Yes, once I'm home on May 25th, we start with camps on June 22nd.
Yes.
So by that time we have to get everything ready, prepare the materials, prepare the stuff, prepare ourselves, because once we start, it's 2 weeks non-stop.
But as you say, prepare the material. Some people think you just turn up and you do
Oh,
a
no.
message. There's
Oh,
a,
no.
There's
Oh,
a lot
no,
of
no,
work
no,
in
no, no.
behind it.
There is a lot of work. Actually, what we do is we would probably first produce the material for the camps, and we have to produce the material for the teenage camp. You know, workbooks, worksheets, stuff like this. You know, prepare myself, my other co-worker to prepare for the presentation actually of the lessons that we have. To prepare games, activities, plans. You see, our biggest challenge is what if it rains? Usually it doesn't, but what if it rains? Then we have to plan, you know, what to do about this, which is not a very common thing for us. So this is kind of like not only plan B, but C, D, or F plan, you know, to
Yep.
think about rain. But then the same thing has to go with the children's camp, you know, planning the activities, planning the materials, planning the quiet time. Then we gather all of the people who will be helping, our camp counselors and everybody else. We go through the whole program with them, you know, get them ready. They know their role. We know by that time how many kids are we going to have, how many teenagers, how many groups we will have separate, for example, for quiet time, for when we go in the city. All of that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Think about snacks, think about different things. And then once it starts, it's all decks, all hands on deck, and then
Yeah.
just go.
But the preparation's the big thing.
The preparation takes time.
And
Yes,
that
it
wee
does.
message that you spend 15 minutes on, it takes a lot of minutes.
It takes a lot of time to prepare.
Yeah.
But you have to.
Yeah.
You know, you really have to, because, you know, I remember there was a movie. I've mentioned this to some people. Some laughed at me. There was a movie I was watching some years ago, and there was this. It was a French movie of all movies, and the man there was a professional cook, very high up. You know, very a chef, not just a cook, but a chef at a restaurant, and he had a baby. And he stopped working at the restaurant to start this was a movie about, to start producing baby food.
Right.
And they asked him, why are you producing baby food when you can be a chef in a 5-star restaurant? And he said, I want my child to learn what is good when it's small, when it's young.
Right.
You know, and it got to me, because we want to teach the children the good word of God. We want to teach them to see it in the best light possible.
Yep.
You want to present it in the best possible way that they can understand it and follow it and go with it. So, yes, it takes preparation. I mean, you know, it's easier to do a 40-minute sermon than 15 minutes talk.
It's like boxing. You have no time for sparring. You have to...
No. You have to go to the point and
Yeah.
make your point so they know what they've been taught.
And then again, you know, sometimes you get these people to speak for 40 minutes or an hour, and it gets boring and you get tired. Whereas the shorter message, you can remember it.
This is true. And also with the children, if you lose them at the beginning, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You're not going to get them back.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you
Well, they let you know.
that your talk was not right. They're not going to say, oh, that was a nice sermon, thank you very much. No, you're not going to get that.
No. There's an awful lot of lies told at the door of the church, great sermon.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Oh.
Yeah.
Do you get much response to the children? Would the children actually come through for Christ, would they?
Yes. Having said that, I have to say something else also. You know, children ministry is very interesting because you invest a lot for a period of time, and then sometimes you don't see the children after that.
Mm-hmm.
For example, we start with them when they're 6 or 7 years of age with children's camp and something.
Yep.
And let's say a child comes 4 or 5 years, 5, 6 years at children's camp. Then it comes to teenage camp for 2 or 3 years. And then they are young adults. They're already students.
Yeah.
going into university, going to International Fellowship of Evangelical Students, Campus Crusade for Christ, some other activity here, there, whatever it is. And then sometimes we don't see the fruit of the ministry until later, when some of them come to us when they're even in their 20s or whatever, and say, hey, I believe that camp, or my life was changed in such and such a camp, in such and such a place.
Yeah.
It's great when you hear things like this. I mean, we love to hear them immediately. We want to end the camp and say, okay, 5 children came to the Lord.
Aye.
And then to be able, I wouldn't say to tick the box, but at least, to feel satisfied. I've done something has happened. Praise the Lord, it wasn't in vain. But nothing we do for the Lord is in vain. And I would say in my ministry, most of the time we've seen children tell us that they came to the Lord. They would tell us later. Yes, we see at camp. That's not a question. But from my experience, my wife is more in the children's camp, so she's seen them more firsthand, or the other workers. But even for the teenagers, most of them, sometimes I would ask them, when did you come to the Lord, or how did you believe? And then they would say, well, this happened at the camp at such and such a year.
Yeah.
Years before. So it's not that we are not expecting children to come to the Lord. We do expect, and we see them come to the Lord, and we see them come to saving faith. But as I said before, sometimes we hear about it a little while later, down the line.
But then when the farmer sows seed, he doesn't see it for months.
Exactly.
Really?
This is also true.
I'll tell you a wee story that I know I've repeated in my own programme here. The archaeologists were working in a pyramid in Egypt, and they found corn. Now, what age is a pyramid? I can't remember this particular one. 2,000, 3,000 years. Doesn't matter.
Probably, yeah, quite a lot.
But this archaeologist took some of the corn, 3,000 years of age, and he sowed it, and it grew. So, down the line somewhere.
Our responsibility is to do our part.
Yeah.
It's God's responsibility to give the fruit.
Yeah.
And in my ministry, the biggest issue that I had when I joined the ministry at the beginning, because you have to understand, I came from engineering,
right?
Into ministry. And in engineering, you know where you begin, you know where you end. There is a very clear process from the beginning till the end. In the ministry, you work and you don't see a result. You work and you don't see a result. You go through a cycle in the ministry over and over. It is. You have camps, then you have trainings, then you have this and that and this and that, and then again it's June and camps again, and everything is on and on. God taught me. I'm not saying this lightly. I don't want to say God said to me or God this, but God really taught me at the first 2 years of my ministry that God blesses the motive of the heart.
Yeah.
If the motive is right, if what we do for the Lord, which means we do 110%. We don't do 90%. We don't do, this is for the Lord, it'll do. 20% will do. No. We do to the best of our abilities, and we can just leave it to the Lord and say, God, we've done our part. There is no more we can do about this. Please, it's up to you now.
Yeah.
And this is what gives us, I would say, content. Because if not, we're going to go crazy. I mean, you're expecting fruit, you're expecting, product at the end of the line, and it doesn't happen in Christian ministry. Not that way, like we would like to see it, boxed nicely, wrapped up and everything else.
A lot of it you wouldn't hear for years, perhaps years and years.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you say, they'll come to you, just say 15, and they go off into their own world. They go to university, they go to a job, and you may come across them 20 years down the line.
Well, I was in Croatia. I was speaking at a meeting in Croatia, and there was a big meeting. There were many people, and after my exposition, whatever I was doing there, this young man came up, and I recognized him. He was from Macedonia. He was living there. I said, "What are you doing?" He says, "What are you doing in Croatia?" He said, "Oh, I'm a pastor," and he told me the place where he is.
Yeah.
I said, "Well, what happened to you?" He said, "I'm a pastor. I have 4 children. I'm married, 4 children." And then he turned around and he called 3 people. He said, "Come over." So they came, and he said, "These are my elders in my church. We came together, here at this meeting." And he looks at them and says, "If it weren't for CEF, I would have never heard the gospel."
Wow.
I found out for that when he had 4 kids.
That gives you a lift all the time.
Oh, it does.
And we're human. We need encouragement sometimes.
We need, if I may, just share a story which really encouraged me, and I think it will encourage people. About 3 weeks ago, 3 Sundays ago, a young lady with her fiancé came to our home for a meal. They came to the church. We invited them over for a meal. They came for a meal in our home. And I know her because she came to the Lord when she was 10 at our camps. But I didn't know him. I actually saw him for the first time. And in a country of Macedonia, which is a very small evangelical population, you tend to get to know
Right enough, yeah.
almost everybody. So I asked this young man how he actually believed. And I had a shock of my lifetime. He said that his aunt was a believer from the same town where my wife comes from.
Right.
She came to the Lord when she was adult in a local church. And then she started witnessing to her nephew.
Uh-huh.
And he said, by the time I was 10 years of age, he said, I was listening every day to a tape, believe it or not, at that time, to a tape which had bedtime stories for children.
Uh-huh.
This was produced by CF, by us,
Right.
by Susanna and myself at that time. This was one of the first things we produced. And he said, I learned it by heart. And when I was 10 years of age, he said, I felt drawn to the Lord. I felt that God is calling me, and I was resisting the whole time. So he said, my aunt would not stop. She kept on, taking me to courses, taking me to trainings, taking me to 5-day clubs. And I realized that he had been at one of the 5-day clubs that we had, because when he told the place where he met with people, this was something that our co-worker and myself and Susanna were doing in that town. So he said when he was 15, 16, he started avoiding church, started avoiding everything. He had a good life, single child at the home. His father was very well off. So he said, I wanted to live the life, but God was always pushing on me.
Uh-huh.
So he said, my aunt would invite me to church, and I would say, I'm sorry, I'm always forgetting. I'm home. It's Saturday. I'll be out with the friends, and I'll forget about Sunday. For 10 years, 12 years, he showed me on the phone. He said, every Sunday, she would send me a reminder for church and send me a Bible verse.
Uh-huh.
More than 10 years, every Sunday. And he said, I started hating Sundays. He said, I prayed to God, God, please remove Sunday. Because she would remind me of this thing that was in my heart.
Uh-huh.
Then she had some issues, some medical issues, some problems. And then he said, I had to go back to the Lord. And just God saved him. And there he is. I mean, we are hearing a fruit of a ministry, of a tape that we produced, 25 years ago?
That's amazing.
I mean, it's amazing.
You don't know what you're doing.
No.
Yeah.
No, we know what we are doing, but we don't know what comes out of
I
it.
don't know what it is going to... It's doing
That's it.
I'm just wondering, have a... something to tie into that, but I can't. Here's a lovely wee song by the Ballybay Gospel Group here. And it's Where Could I Go But to the Lord, where we're just saying that no matter what we do, it's Him that does the doing.
Yes.
Living below in this old sinful world, hardly a comfort can afford. Striving alone to face temptation call. Where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go? Where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul, needing a friend to help me in the end. Where could I go but to the Lord? Neighbors are kind, I love them everyone. We get along in sweet accord. But when I face the chilling hand of death, where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go? Where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul, needing a friend to help me in the end. Where could I go but to the Lord? I fear is grand with friends I love so well. Comfort I get from God's own word. But when my soul needs manna from
Oh, I think we talk more off the screen than we do on.
Okay. We are using the time wisely.
But tell me this, and what sort of... You've been in Northern Ireland a few times, so you know roughly the sort of music, if I can use that, praise, worship, and all sorts of gospel music we would sing here. What would Macedonia use? Would it be similar? Or?
We would use similar. In the traditional churches, there'll be a lot of the hymns from the past that have been translated. Some maybe more from the German tradition sometimes, from the German like Methodist tradition.
Right.
This is the reason historically. This is why it happened. A lot of English songs. A lot of the contemporary songs have been translated.
A lot of English songs. Do you sing in English or?
No. A lot of English songs which are translated into Macedonian. Yes. I mean they come in the West and then they come to Macedonia after a while. A lot of contemporary praise and worship. This would be called a lot of even Hillsong coming up.
Yeah.
So yeah, there'll be a lot of eclectic music depending on the church where you are. Yeah. It might be a little bit more contemporary, less contemporary.
Yeah, just a bit like home here. Just
probably the same.
Difference.
Yes,
it differs. I don't know how Susanna's in or not. I was trying to see. I haven't seen her name up yet, but she's got the connection too. I was wondering if she wanted to tell you something or give you a message.
Well,
you know,
she told me what she needed to tell me, that our washing machine broke down. That we flooded the neighbor from our bathroom. So, well, that's enough. I don't want to hear any more at the moment. That's enough for the moment. But praise the Lord, they fixed the washing machine today. We are looking at fixing the bathroom some of these next days. So everything will work fine by God's grace.
The less you know, the better, maybe.
Yes, that's also true.
Susanna can work.
Ignorance is bliss. Yeah, she can tell me after she deals with it.
I just wonder what time of the day it is. I forgot to. We're okay. We're okay. I forget about time sometimes.
Yeah.
But there we go. So you're over here now, and you say it could be 3 years. You come back maybe in 3 years or something.
Yes, every 3 years we come, visit the churches, share what we do, ask them to pray and support the ministry that we are doing in the country.
Yeah.
So God was good to us. People are good to us. They do pray. And what I really appreciate in North of Ireland is when I would go to a church and somebody asks me about something that I've written in a prayer letter maybe a couple of years ago or a year and a half ago, and they say, what about this?
Yeah.
And then you know that people are reading this.
Yeah.
They're praying about the situation. A couple of days ago, I had a meeting in a home of friends here. And then the man, Victor, he said, would you like me to call Sam Doherty for you? You know, Sam was the director of CEF for Europe, first for Ireland, then for Europe. And I said, yes, so we called him on the phone. And Sam is 99 years of age.
Wow.
And when I asked him, I said, do you remember me? Because I was his student in 1990. He said, of course I remember you. I pray for you every day. He said, I pray for you every month since you joined CEF, since you and Susanna joined CEF. And this is a commitment that really makes a difference to us in the country where we work. Because if it is not for this, I mean, we can have the methods, we can have the material, we can have everything.
Yeah.
But prayer is really the backbone of the ministry. So when people pray, the people give, we can do the ministry.
As you say, he prayed for you every month, so he must have had different people.
Well, I'm sure he does.
And that's amazing at 99, he still
yes.
Sorry, but so many people that age, their thoughts aren't just together.
Well, I'm forgetting things at 60, so.
Wait till you're 75, bro.
Okay. Oh, no. Yeah.
That's brilliant. But somehow, you know, when some people pray, some people say I'm praying for you, that doesn't mean anything. But other people pray for you. And if they say they're praying for you and don't, that's nearly a blasphemy.
Yeah, but God is blessing the motive of the heart. I would say again, if they pray, they do. I mean, even myself, even yourself, sometimes, you know, somebody would say, pray for me, and you're thinking, should I say, yes, I'll pray for you or not? What I tend to do sometimes is I say, well, let me pray for you. Let us pray now, because then I don't forget, and if I remember again, I will do it.
Yes.
But I will not break a promise that I've given.
If possible at all.
Yeah.
If possible at all.
Yeah.
But I was speaking there on last Wednesday. What day is this? This is Monday. Last Wednesday. And one of the things I mentioned on, you know, we make promises sometime, but we forget about those promises. But God hasn't forgotten that we made those promises.
No.
And it's very hard. You have to be very careful not to make promises. It can be difficult.
Yes. Well,
you do something that's genuine, but then situations happen that
yes, we
goes
should
out
be
of mind.
we should be careful at
Yeah,
some things.
I think so, indeed. Right. Standing somewhere in the shadows, you'll find Jesus. You need to be following us quite closely at times, wouldn't you?
Standing somewhere in the shadows, you'll find Jesus. He's the friend who always cares and understands. Standing somewhere in the shadows, you will find him, and you'll know him by the nail prints in his hands. Are the crosses too heavy to carry? Are there burdens too heavy to bear? Are there heartaches and tears and anguish, and nobody seems to care? Standing somewhere in the shadows, you'll find Jesus. He's the friend who always cares and understands. Standing somewhere in the shadows, you will find him, and you'll know him by the nail prints in his hands. Are the shadows of deep disappointment and trusts that have proven untrue? As the darkness of night settles round you, has your hope and your faith wavered too? Standing somewhere in the shadows, you'll find Jesus. He's the friend who always cares and understands. Standing somewhere in the shadows, you will find him, and you'll know him by the nail prints in his hands. Standing somewhere in the shadows, you will find him, and you'll know him by the nail prints in his hands. And you'll know him by the nail prints in his hands.
Oh dear. Your son is finishing degree in something or other. What was
In
that?
biochemistry, he's getting his doctorate in biochemistry.
Well, tell me this. Have you any background in education? What's your education?
Oh,
I know I should have been talking this at the start of the program.
no. This is fine. I did my high school education in electronics, at a high school. Then I went to the army. Afterwards, it was university, graduating electronics and
Do you have to do
telecommunication.
a time in the army, do you?
We had to do. It was compulsory at that time.
Right,
At
yes.
that time, it was compulsory. About 13 months I spent in the army. Again, working in electronics and stuff,
Right.
radio, so on and so forth. And then, afterwards to the university.
Right. Yeah.
Graduated telecommunications, electronics, worked for a private company, did my own business. And then after I was a few years in the ministry, I did my master's in theology.
Right, yeah.
So,
I thought you were talking with a bit of knowledge, you know. I thought you had...
some.
Yeah. If you're talking to me, you know I don't know a whole lot.
No.
That's why I ask questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. And tell me this, and this thought has come into my head. You said you're 60, did you?
Yes.
Well, do you have to retire and CEF or anything? Or?
Well, yes. There will be retirement age coming up pretty soon. Probably in 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
We are looking forward. We are praying for someone to take over the ministry. You know, we're really praying that some people will show up that can join the ministry and continue. I mean, my other co-worker is younger than me, but he's still not in his 20s anymore. Our other co-worker, Vesna, she's also not necessarily in her 40s. So, yes, we are looking for young people that will join the ministry and take over.
You can pass the baton on.
We would love to. We would love to. We had some people that worked with us. We had some people that went through the training and worked for us for a couple of years, as they promised, and they're still helping us in the ministry, but their heart was into church planting, so they're into church planting at the moment and not in the ministry of CEF.
Yeah.
We would love to see more. And
it's difficult, isn't it? It's not as if you're offering somebody a great job or great wages or anything, you know, it's a sacrifice.
Some years, it was about 15 years ago, I heard the best definition of calling that I've ever heard in my life. And it was, calling is something you'll do even if they don't pay you to do it.
Yes.
So when my wife and I joined CEF, we joined because we had a calling. Because CEF was the last thing that was on our mind when we decided, when we started dating, when Susanna came from another town to study in Skopje. When we started dating, you know, and it was obvious, it was getting serious, you know, that we were going to get married. I said, look, I completed my education. And I finished a year before she did because she was studying pharmacy. And I did a little earlier than she. But I also started earlier because I went to the army in between.
Right.
And I said, look, I know that God is calling me into full-time ministry. I don't know what, I don't know how, I don't know where, but I know that this is going to happen in my life at some point. And she said, well, I was praying for this all my life, to find somebody that I can share my life and go into ministry. So we tried. And this is what I was trying to say. We talked to at least 2 missions. One mission came to us and offered us to work for them immediately. That was, you'll probably know because you're in radio, HCJB.
I'm not sure.
HCJB is working from Quito, Ecuador, and they probably have the 3rd or the 4th largest shortwave transmitter in the world.
Right. And
for many, many years, and even today, they broadcast a lot of Christian ministry programs on shortwave to places where you cannot get FM or even, medium wave.
Yeah.
So I was perfect fit for them. Did in electronics and telecommunications.
Yeah.
My wife was a pharmacist because in Quito, Ecuador, they were also running a hospital.
Yes.
So they said, well, come. And we said, no. We feel God is calling us to do it in Macedonia. Not to go abroad, not to leave the country. Then we spent the summer with Operation Mobilization, with OM.
Yes.
You know, we spoke to them, but at that time, they didn't want anybody from Eastern Europe. They were afraid to take somebody from Eastern Europe. This was still 1989. When we were exploring these things. And we spoke with YWAM at that time. It wasn't a fit for us, but we tried. It didn't work, you know, we asked them. And during all this time, Susanna was running Sunday school, and I was translating as a volunteer materials for CEF in Macedonian.
Right.
But it never came into our mind that we are going to work with CEF. Right. There was a man who actually was helping, doing some theological education in the churches in Macedonia at that time. And he came to us and he said, look, you're looking for a ministry, but you're already working in a ministry. Why don't you talk to them? And this is how we ended up talking to CEF and ending up in Child Evangelism Fellowship.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
Yes.
The thing was under your nose, though, and you're involved.
It was there. We were involved, but we were not part of it, kind of an official part of it. So,
yes. And you were translating from what language to what?
From
language?
English into Macedonian.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
So as well, you had your education. Yeah, maybe a lot of Europeans. I don't say they could do that exactly, but a lot of them can talk English.
Yes, English would be common language very often.
Yeah.
Even now with the kids, when the Irish people come to a camp, they can speak with most of the kids.
That's brilliant.
They can communicate with most of the kids. So, I guess English became really the new Koinonia Greek, as it was in the time of Paul and the apostles. Yeah. I think English is now the main language that people communicate worldwide.
It must be. I was surprised one time to hear the first language in some African country, I can't remember, was English.
Could be, yes.
I was surprised, I'm going to play a wee song. What time of day is it anyway? Here, there's a chap up the road here in County Antrim, and you would know County Antrim, in Machara, and he wrote this song, I Will Serve Only You. John Burns.
May the days left to me always be pleasing to you, Lord. May the things that I do give glory to you. In the days that remain, should I see need or pain, I will help, Lord, until my life is through. I will serve only you. Yes, I live for you. And your power each day, only for you. Forgive my past wayward ways, and the days that remain, should I see need or pain, I will help, Lord, until my life is through. I will serve only you. Yes, I live for you, and your power each day, only for you. Forgive my past wayward ways, and the days that remain, should I see need or pain, I will help, Lord, until my life is through. I will serve only you, until my life is through. I will serve only you.
Yeah, that wee song would just suit you down to I will serve only you.
Yes.
Yeah, but how long are you in CF now?
36 years.
Wow.
It's been a long time.
You've near earned your medal.
Oh, well, almost, yeah. I'm not going to get anything.
Ah, dear. Listen, folks, that's our time up this evening. And I'd like to thank you. I've just called you Paul.
Yes.
I'd really love to thank you for coming along. Been interesting.
No, thank
And
you for having me over.
Our education has expanded, broadened, learning a wee bit Macedonia. And it's interesting that the work there is, well, more difficult than it is here because you've less population or church population.
Well, I would say each country has its own difficulties.
Yes.
You know, everybody has their own challenges. You know, ours might be different than yours, but I don't think anywhere is easy because, I mean, we are going against the same enemy, wherever we are. So,
I was going to say.
so whether it's here or there, you know, it might be a different disguise, might be a different strategy, but we all have to rely on the Lord and just go forward in His strength. That's all.
We're all in the one army.
Exactly. All right.
Just doing a different job in different times. That's right. Well, listen, folks, thank you so much for being with us. I trust you have been encouraged and blessed by God's word and word and song and been inspired. Being inspired by what Paul has told us here, because it's interesting, different, and you hear a different aspect, and just see it, children's work is going on all over the world. So, I have to go, but wait, I get this all wee thing going. I'm past myself here tonight, so there we go, a wee bit of background music. I have to go, but don't forget, God's word tells us of His love, and our words tells God of our love. God's word tells us of His love, and our words tell God of His love. So until we meet again, here, there, or in the air, God's blessing be yours as you walk beside Him day by day.